So, welcome back everyone to another video of Before the Dawn. This time I'd like to say that I'm going to be doing a gameplay of The Survivor and giving you some tips on how to escape the slasher in different situations. Now, before I start, I want to say that most of this is going to be based on general knowledge, of course, like staying nearby places filled with like possible equipment, bandages, whatever, whilst you're getting chased, and maybe some others that you might not know about. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. And then, by the way, there's no tutorial yet, so just saying. Just get when I get to the lobby real quickly. Alright, so right off the bat, you're gonna see that I got some what is it called? I don't know what that. I don't really know what that is called, but a jukebox maybe. I think so. But yeah, I'm doing this video right now because it's announced that PTS is gonna close tonight, so I'm making it early, of course. You've got some game passes here, of course, the new ones, and you can buy points down there, which are actually really good offers. I think for 10 Robux, if it's correct, I'm not sure. I think for 10 Robux it's 500 points. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, 500 points for 10 Robux, and 500 tokens. I think it's 1,000 something. Okay, 1,000. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what this does, but I'm sure it gives you a boost to become a slasher. Well, I'm gonna skip to the round, and yeah, I'm gonna see what's gonna happen soon. And I'll try to survive and showcase the different techniques that you can use to help you. Alright, so we're in the round now. That took a little bit longer than expected. Well, that's fine. Starting off with the first tip is you want to make sure that you plan out a route when the game, or the round I should say, starts already. So, but what I mean by a route is you have to basically stay as far away from the slasher as you can, and you've got to make sure, of course, to get out of the park before he comes. Usually the route I'm taking right now is pretty effective because if you activate the substation, then it would usually be over here or down there. And if you remember correctly, then the slasher would come from the middle of the map, and he would usually stay in the park for a long time, because that's where the highest point of players would be in the beginning, if he's rushing, of course. I'm not going to be cranking any of this because it's going to take too much effort to pause and everything. So moving on to the next step is, I should actually try and find a place to demonstrate it, but I'm sure you've seen it in my last video, and that's the wall climb glitch. It's not a glitch, I don't know what it is, but it's basically these sort of pillars on the side of the houses that you can climb. So let's see if someone getting chased by a killer right now. That voice crack was mad. I'm gonna jump up. Or maybe this is not the one that exactly works, but yeah, it does work. So you're gonna do that, making sure it's sprint, of course. This is like really beneficial if you're in phase 3 as well, because if you're getting chased and you jump up here and you quickly go over here, especially if you're reckoned, then that's going to be really good. And if you stay in a fixed position like this, obviously to keep your breathing as low as possible, then that's going to give you some benefits, of course. I don't really mind if I die here or if I lose at all, but that's fine. Should I go for the revive? Probably not. Anyways, moving on to the second. I don't know if I should go. Whatever. Anyways, moving on to the second. Is it a second? I'm losing my fucking mind, Jesus Christ. Whatever. The next one, alright, is if you're getting chased, then you want to stay nearby buildings that might have loot in them. So let's say I'm getting chased right now. Whatever. Then I would run to the nearby buildings that are open, of course, because not all of them can be opened. Let me see if I can actually get to this guy. And yeah, you get it. So basically, if I was getting chased, I would run into like some sort of building that has high loot count, and then from there, I would just try and survive for as long as possible. Usually works the best for drop because it's called max bandages. You've got a siren head, interesting. doesn't really seem to be. What is he doing? I'm not gonna go for the revive. I need to get that pose done. And that's actually going to be moving on to the next point. It's basically what I call it revive or die. So you have to think smart enough if it's a good idea to revive someone, depending on the slasher's level or intelligence as you play with them, of course. You know, basically called adaptation. What else can I say? Yeah, basically you're gonna adapt to the slasher that you're playing with. Let's open it actually. So come back, I'll take it. I don't know if it's going to get activated. I might stay quiet here for a bit because I need to focus on the objective. Moving on to actually concluding in the point that I just made. It usually is a good idea to revive someone, but that's of course if you take your time. If you're gonna go straight for the revive, then just don't do that. Because if I was about to run to this guy right away, then of course it's not a good idea to do it, you know. Okay, great. I think where was the drill? It was in the park somewhere, I think I remember. Anyways, moving on to the next point is pretty general knowledge, but everyone does it. You do not want to go to a group of survivors that are doing their objective whilst you're getting chased, because every idiot will know, yeah, that's gonna hurt. Downgrade your reputation in the server. You're probably gonna get violated by that as well, by people, so just don't do it. I wish I had my night vision on, god damn it. My night vision shit. Moving on to the next step is, should I go for the live? Let's do it. Is you want a corner hug. Or hug, whatever you want to call it. Everyone does it. I got this from Dead by Daylight. You know how people usually at high levels in the game just, we're not gonna win this. Actually we might, because this is optional. Yeah. But so you know how people are high level in games like Dead by Daylight and they get chased. They usually corner like hug. So let's say I was getting chased right here, then I would corner hug, unless they would jump, then of course not. I speak too much, this guy's gonna start chasing me now. But yeah, you know what I mean, you want a corner hug, of course. But one tip that I'm about to do right now is do this. Like so, don't get. But you know what I mean. He countered me because he's draining my stamina. And I didn't have enough time to have. Oh well. But you know what I mean. I did not fully explain it at that point, but I'm going to explain it now. Let's say I am running forward right now, that way, and I'm looking back in third person. I want to switch to first person, of course, by pressing X. And then, of course, you're going to make sure that I've got your bottles equipped. You want to run towards the slash and quickly press Q to use it. That usually stuns them, and then it allows you to go behind them, which usually does work, but it might not all the time. I'm probably going to die here, but that's fine. At least I got some information for you guys. That's going to be beneficial. Like I said, I don't care if I die. But, no, I'm not going to be in the round for this to say, but you want to make sure that you use the most out of your breathing. So, you know where the town is, and you've got the 4 little, what should I call it, shops, the destroyed shops that have the roof on them where you can climb from the side, you know which one I mean. So, let's say this was the roof here, I'm on the roof. And if you know that right next to, like, so let's for example I just climbed the roof now, this was the ladder. Right here, next to it, is a bush. And if you're getting chased, which usually does work for me, this is going to be the last tip by the way. If you quickly go here and you're getting chased, you're going to be hiding in the bush quickly. So that is sort of going to work all the time, but not all the time. But anyways, I'm going to end it here. Hope that helped you guys. Just a quick video. Make sure you leave in the comments below if you need any help.